Hey guys, what's up? This is Sierra again, back here with another episode for you all, and I hope everyone's doing well today. I'm doing pretty well. I just wanted to say hey, and we're gonna go ahead and start this episode off by actually about to go to sleep, because the sun is starting to go down, and I don't want to start this off, by having to get things in motion and then just go to bed. That'd be really boring. So as soon as it'll allow me to, we're gonna sleep. And I thought today we would continue working on the storage house, as some of you might have expected, because that is where we left off in the last episode. And I'm really happy with how this is coming out so far. It is kind of a big box at the moment, but we do have to add some more details in here, and then it's going to look really nice. That's the thing, like, usually with a lot of my builds, if you start out really plain and simple with just a plain, like, shape, a cube, something like that, even this, as you guys are going to see, can turn out to be something really beautiful. So I hope I can prove that to you guys over time. So don't ever feel like if you're struggling with building, like your builds are too simple, that can't be fixed. Even if you just add some dimension onto something, you can really make it look nice. Like for instance, with the house way over there, I don't know if you can see it. We started out with a bunch of cubes and everything, and same with the fisherman shack down there, and a lot of the things that we built, that's just how it goes. You start out with a simple shape and then you add some details on. But I just realized I was wrong about the sun. Okay, I'm really dumb. The sun was actually coming up. So we don't need to go to sleep. We can just go ahead and get started on this. Whoops. So I got some resources, and I think we're gonna go ahead and fill in this back wall here and see how this looks. So let's get some materials, and I think we're just gonna use dark oak for this. Doesn't have to be anything fancy, we can just use what we have on hand. I really don't need this wheat at the moment. So let's convert this into planks. What are these? So note blocks look like that with this texture pack. That's kind of weird. I sort of get it. Like, I like the idea of having crates and stuff. I think more forms of storage are really cool, and this game needs more of those light sources and storage. You can never have enough of different little forms of quality of life things. Slice of life things are really great in my eyes. Now that I think about it, we can actually just leave this section hollow to save space. Whoops, don't want to do that. So we'll put that there, and then that way nothing will spawn, but we can save a couple of blocks. It's kind of weird, but yeah. So like for instance, I was really excited when they added barrels to the game, and I was looking at it and I was like, oh my god, that's so cool, I'm gonna put barrels everywhere. And I love barrels. I think they're super useful as a storage thing because they are so compact. You can place them next to each other, and you can do that with chests, but it's just different. Like, they look really nice, and in a lot of cases you can even use barrels as like part of your walls and everything, and that looks really good as well. But if you have villagers around like we do in our situation, you really can't use barrels that much, and most of you should have a pretty good idea of why. If you don't know, using barrels around villagers actually turns them into fishermen, which that's not good if you don't want a bunch of fishermen or you already have a bunch of villagers who already have a predetermined class. So I wish there was a way to like toggle that off. Otherwise, nobody's really gonna use barrels that much, which is a little bit sad. Like, I see all these YouTube tutorials where they're like, oh yeah, you make the, first level of the house actually out of barrels, and it looks amazing, but if you happen to have villagers, yeah, that's just not going to work. Which is sad, because I would love to incorporate them. So, I don't know, Microsoft, if you're listening, if you can make a way to toggle that, that would be super cool. But yeah, I think this looks pretty good so far. I say that a lot, but I think it does. I don't think we have a need for like windows here. Should we put windows back behind these? Would that look cool to like let some light in, now that I think about it? Even though we're really not going to see what's behind the chests that much, just the fact that we could do it might be enough of a reason. And also we could use it would be something to like break up the monotony, wouldn't it? Hang on here, so let me carve all this out, and I'm actually going to replace it with glass, and we're going to see how this looks, okay? Hang on just a second. Okay, and there we go. Yeah, so that was almost exactly the amount of glass that I had. I think this will look really good. Just an extra way to let some light in. I think it'll add a lot to this. And then these rows here are obviously going to be filled up with chests, so we won't have, you know, that much light coming in, so this will probably help a lot. So that being said, I think the next thing I want to do is put in some lanterns here. I think that would look really good as well, so we're gonna carve out some spaces to add those in and just pop them in wherever there is a little space here. Or should it be one higher up? No, I think it's good there. But we are gonna need some glowstone, so let me grab that real quick and I'll show you guys what we're gonna pop in here. Thought I had some glowstone laying around. Apparently I do not, so we're gonna go ahead and head in here and see what we can find. Shouldn't be too much of an ordeal. Why are there bats in here? How did bats get into the nether? They don't spawn in here, right? Did they... Oh. Did they come from a cave on the other side of the portal and then they flew in here? Oh, one just went through. Yeah, that must be what happened. Yep. Yeah, I guess that confirms it. Okay. Bats are another thing I wish they would add a cool use for in the game. I feel like they're just kind of purposeless. Like, I was so excited about bats when they first came out in the game. Like, I was like, oh, I'm gonna have a bat in a cage, and it's gonna be my pet, and it's gonna be awesome, and I never really did that. I mean, I kind of did for a little while, but it was just really boring. Like, it wasn't that exciting or anything. So I do sort of wish they would implement some sort of use for them. I don't know, like bat droppings or like leather when they die. Something like that would be nice. I hear a gas somewhere, but I don't see it. I think this is the first time we've actually gone after glowstone out here. I was intentionally leaving... Ooh. Ooh, there's this big vein right over lava. I was intentionally leaving all of the glowstone alone because I wanted to wait till I had like fortune or silk touch or something like that, but we do have that now, so I think it's safe that we can just... Whew, I need to be careful. You see, things like this, things are why I have trust issues in the nether. Who the heck just puts like a 1x1 space of lava just like sitting there ready to kill you? That doesn't have a purpose. It's just there to throw you off. Like, the nether is horrible in its generation. Like, things like that existing should not exist. It's so bad. Makes me so scared. Okay, so the one thing I don't want to do is, while I'm doing this, I do not want a ghast to come and knock me off of my little perch, so we're going to try and make this as big of a platform as we can without freaking out. Oh, did I really run out of netherrack already? I thought I got more than that. Hang on, let's get some more. I love that sound. Especially with efficiency on it, it's just so good. Alright. And we're gonna... I just want this to spread all the way underneath the glowstone, so that way, if any does kind of like... Oh, there's the ghast. Okay. That actually makes me feel a little bit better, knowing that he's right there. How did that miss? Come on. How am I missing? There. Okay. Knowing that, the ghast is right there, I'd rather see it and be able to deal with it than just have it in my ears at any given time, because that would be really annoying. Okay. I feel like this is good. Maybe have it, go out this way. Do I even have enough? I'm like choking. Okay, hang on. Nether quartz is the same thing. I really haven't touched any of the nether quartz in here, so when we feel like gathering that, there's going to be a lot that we'll need to do. And then we'll probably use a whole bunch of it for the nether hub, which we had not even touched the nether hub yet. Like, we've set it up, you know, obviously we have like a little place where we come in, but having an actual like dedicated rail system or having a place to access it and everything like that, we haven't done anything. So that's a huge potential for like future content, things that we could work on. Might be super cool. All right. So I think we're good. We're gonna go ahead and this is a efficiency 4, fortune 3, unbreaking 3. So even though it is just an iron pickaxe, it's gonna do the job. And I don't really care about them coming down in blocks because we are just gonna turn these into lanterns anyways, which unless they change the recipe is still just glowstone dust combined with redstone dust, I believe. I'm so scared of like accidentally backing off too far. Okay. Hello. What are you doing here? Alright, we're gonna have to get a little bit higher, just a tiny bit. And this should basically be enough, I think. I don't think it's that expensive. Although I did have a problem earlier. I was looking for the recipe, right? The recipe for the redstone lanterns, and I could not find it for some reason. I don't think they took it out of the game. I think it's just me. Like, okay, so they're still called redstone lanterns, right? They're called something lanterns? Lanterns? Is it because I haven't had a block of glowstone in my inventory? Is that why? No, that didn't do anything. Redstone. Well, what is it? I gotta look it up, I guess. Hang on. No, okay, so it's called a redstone lamp, and if you take one glowstone block, surround it by 4 redstone dust, then it makes the lamp. So I don't think that'll be too bad. But I don't know why it's not showing me the recipe, and that does worry me just a little bit. But either way, we can't do it here without a crafting table, and I don't have any redstone on me, so we're gonna head back to the overworld and see what we can do. I don't see why the recipe wouldn't show itself, and I don't know how I'm supposed to, like, figure out that these exist without Wikipedia, you know what I mean? Because, like, I've held glowstone dust, I've held glowstone blocks, I've held redstone dust, why do I not... What was that? Did you guys see that? What, was that just a shader glitch? That was freaky. Yeah, I guess it's because of the water there. Also, I don't remember that tree being so tall. I guess it's like multiple trees on top of each other. Okay. But anyways, I gotta figure out what I did with my redstone dust. I know I have some somewhere. Maybe down here in the spider farm, which we never go visit anymore, and I need to spend some time doing. I did recently spend some time there, actually, and got a little bit more string. Just haven't been doing a lot of trading with the fishermen. Okay, oh, dirt. I could definitely use some dirt for this build, because we do have to work on the outside as well. So let's go ahead and see if we can, number one, turn this into blocks, because that's what's needed. And then we're gonna take the 4 redstone dust, and voila! Even though it doesn't show me the recipe, I can make it. What the heck? Will it show me the recipe now? Lamp. Why am I having such a hard time? Lamp. Okay, maybe it just showed it in the crafting table. Maybe it showed it because I just now made it. I don't know, but we are gonna need more redstone. I gotta figure out what I did with the rest of it, because 4 is not going to be enough. We'll need some torches. We're going to need some more lanterns. So let me have a quick look around the base, and I'll be back with you guys in just a second. Okay, well, I found a little bit. Let's see how many we need. We need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 times 4 is 36, so we do not have enough to fill all these up, but let's go ahead and pop what we have in here and just stick it in there. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We need 3 more, and then we also need the dust to make torches, so let's see what we can find. So I may not be the best with redstone, but I at least know that if you put a torch under this, that it does light these up. Apparently it also opens the trapdoors, which is a little weird, but let's go ahead and stick these down here, close these back. That's a weird side effect. Let's see. This goes there. Cool. And then we're just going to do the same all the way around. Okay, and there we go. We have all of this lit up. Now, the next thing I want to think about is whether or not we want to have like a middle section here. I'm not sure if we have enough room or not. Since this is an even space, it might be kind of tricky, but let's just pretend that we're gonna do it and see how it looks. So, like, if we put it right here, right? Would we have room for very much storage at all? I don't think that we really would. We could put it like that if we had a design like this in the middle of the floor, and then we'd have room for like four more rows of chests, double chests. I think that could work. This does look a little off-centered though, doesn't it? I guess it's fine. No, we still have room to run around and stuff. Yeah, it should be good. I don't think it'll be too cramped. Maybe we should scoot it over a block or so. I think that would help it out. Let's try that real quick. Hang on. Okay, so yeah, it's not exactly centered, but I think it's good enough where it will work and everything. Should we have the center column be glass like we did here? I don't know. I don't think it's really needed. Maybe we could do leaves. That might look good. So if we stack up some leaves in the center, just to make it look like less large, something like that. Yeah, and then we raise this whole thing up, and let's see how it looks together. Okay, so I have this all filled in, and I kind of think it's too blocky. Like, I think it's too big and in the way. So what I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna trim this down and just have the chests stick out by one block. That way it's not taking up so much room, and there's still a way to like walk around, because yeah, in the middle they don't have to be completely barricaded up, I feel like, and that'll make things a little bit better. But let's just see how this looks here in just a second. Maybe we'll just have the lanterns like on the bottom. Hang on here, because my inventory is somehow full again. Let's see, I'll put these away. Pick all these up. And let's get these lanterns. Oh, it hurts my ears. Okay, and then pick that up, pick that up, pick that up. Alright, yeah, and then just have the chests out. And I think what we'll do... Obviously they're gonna get power if they're right there. Oh, maybe we should just have a column. Or how could we do that? Have a column of lanterns in the center. How could they all get power? I don't know if that's possible. This is where my limited redstone knowledge is tripping me up. Let's see. So, this is gonna look real stupid for you guys who actually know what you're doing with redstone. But if I go like this, and then- oh wait, that does power it? But that doesn't. Okay. I don't think there's a way to do this. As far as I know, there's not. So, whoa. We're gonna go ahead and just leave that as it is. But what should we have in the middle here? I don't know. Should we just have... I think it'll just look good with wood. The leaves were just kind of too bright. They were too saturated for being incorporated in that way. Maybe just the one lantern here. So we'll actually put the torch here, and then the spruce, and then the lantern. Whoops. And then close all these. And then we will just put spruce here. Okay, yeah, and then have this all filled in. How many more trapdoors do I have? I have a few. Maybe this should be... It's kind of tricky because like they're rotated a particular way. Maybe we should rotate them all one direction, so like this. and just surround the area with trapdoors. Oops, not like that. Darn it, why do I keep doing that? Wait, how is this supposed to go? If that's how it needs to be. Is it like... Oh, I see what I'm doing wrong. Okay. Darn it! Okay, I got all this placed in here, and I think this looks a lot better. I think this could use, like, maybe one spruce plank here at the bottom, just to add a little bit of color variation, if that makes sense. Yeah, that looks a lot better. But yeah, this is the whole thing for this floor as far as the storage section of the storage area. But of course, you know, the whole building is far from done. But I think that's all we're gonna... Oh! Don't you come in here. I just made this. I should probably fill this in, shouldn't I? I'm not sure if I want this to be another window. Maybe it could be like a paned window, like a smaller window. Let's go ahead and fill it in just to be safe, and let me get some spruce. Yeah, I think that's how we'll kind of wrap things up for now. I was gonna say that we could go ahead and start placing chests and everything, but I'm not sure if that would take too long for this episode's length. I'm not even sure what we're at recording wise. But let me go ahead and get this window set up here. That was scary. That creeper really threw me off. Okay, so spruce there, and panes here. And like I keep saying, you guys, we are going to add more detail to the outside of the house. This is just what we have to work with for now, so it's what we're going with. And it is going to look really good once we get everything placed in here, so just bear with me. I know what I'm doing. I'm not going to make like a noob shack or anything. We could do the same thing over here, just have a little window. I just don't want a creeper to come in here and blow this up after we've got everything set up. That would suck so much. Alright. And should we have another window here? Would that look good? I think it would. Sure, why not? The more light the better, because in the end this is just like a big, you know, heavy building. It's gonna have like a lot of stuff in it, and we're gonna have a lot of things to put in here and a lot of space, so I think the more windows the better, and this looks pretty good. So, alright, we've done that. Do we have time to put the chests and everything in here? You know what, I'm gonna go ahead and do it just to see how this looks, and that'll be a good way to wrap up this episode. So we'll put in chests and item frames, and I'll be back with you guys in just a moment. Okay, so the little bit unfortunate fact is that the very tiny time lapse that I made of me actually placing all of these in item frames became corrupted for some reason, so I wasn't able to render that out, but I hope you guys can see this pretty well. All of these chests that I have here and how this looks all together. I do think there's a sufficient amount of room to walk around and everything that looks pretty cool. So I'm really happy with how this whole thing is turning out, and we are going to have a second floor underneath, as we were talking about previously, which the entrance to that is going to be down here. Probably the next episode is going to be us putting a roof on the place, maybe doing a little bit of the outside decoration, possibly, or maybe we'll work on the downstairs. Let me know what you guys think we should work on next in regards to this building, and I hope you all did enjoy watching this episode. If you did, feel free to leave a like, comment, or consider subscribing. It really does help me out a lot getting seen here on YouTube and getting more attention to my channel, so if you enjoy what I do, please consider doing one of those things. And I hope you all have a great day. I really enjoyed this episode with you all. And my name is Sierra. I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye!